Welcome back. It's been a while, and I really wanted to continue with Jusant because it's a very pretty game. I think it's quite nice. Um, and so I figured I'd keep going now because we just finished a game, and we have some games that are going to take a really long time, and some games that are going to be really quick. So I just figured, fuck it, we ball. I'm never going to have a great time making time for stuff like this, so. I think jumping down there would just be going back to where we were before, which is weird because I don't know how we got up here if that's the case. Unless that's not the case and this is something different, which is possible. Okay. Uh, well, that is one of those glowy blue things, so that's good. I'm sure that's important somehow. Mm. I feel like I should be able to climb up here. Let me. There we go. Oh, I'm supposed to be. Yeah, I wasn't grabbing. I guess it's gotta be up this way. There we go. Oh, I guess we go this way. Yeah, that'll do. Now, what did this get me? I don't know, but it does look like it's a place. And I do love me a place. Okay, so jumping takes a lot of your max stamina away, so I should be careful not to do that unless it's actually necessary. which it wasn't there in the slightest. I was just kind of, I didn't realize that was a thing. There we go. Not the greatest plan ever, but I had to do it. Oh, it's another one of these. A little less dramatic than usual, but still pretty cool. So yeah, that's if I would want to get back down, which I don't care about right now. Aha! Funny little bridge. Let's pull this in for now. Let's look around a little bit. Pardon me, but I noticed I've stopped receiving my newspaper. Is there anything I should do? Could this be an oversight on your part? While I'm at it, I should mention that I really enjoyed your article on the Choco Show. Greetings. As you know, there isn't enough water left for the postal relays to function, and too few pebbles arrived to deliver the paper in good condition. Because of this, the voice of the Ravens team has decided to cease publication. Although our desire to inform our readers is stronger than ever, we haven't yet decided what form our daily paper will take in light of this new situation. Thanks for your feedback on the show. I've always enjoyed covering that event. Let's hope we get an opportunity to discuss it again one day. When there's no water, everything seems so fragile, doesn't it? Damn. But the Choco Show. Everyone loves the Choco Show. Time to swing. Time to climb a little bit. And then swing. And then go down a little bit. And then go up a little bit because we fucking missed it. And then swing. Okay, we just need to get about the right height, and I think we should be able to... Maybe we started with the right height, and I just wasn't grabbing. Because maybe I just need to grab onto the wall as well. Yeah. Now this one needs a big pull-up so that I can reach that. Not quite that much. There we go. Big jump. Okay, it's another big jump time. Whoa. Pretty. I've never seen so many people coming down from the heights. And some are stopping in low tide. Maybe my situation's not so hopeless after all. The ocean provides for a patient heart, as my mother used to say. Maybe I'll finally manage to meet someone. It's been slim pickings here. Apart from old Yam, maybe. He makes my heart flip with his dimples, calloused hands, and that plaid shirt he always wears. Yam? The baker? I hope you're joking. I can never tell when you're pulling my leg. Anyway, I'm leaving the tower too. Sorry, Bassa. I don't know how else to tell you. I wish we could clip our carabiners together like we used to before running our ground on the old pier. I wish I could convince you to come with me. But that's how it is. I'm crewing up with the old neighborhood village. Or old neighboring village. The word old isn't even in there. Whatever. They found me a spot on one of their pebbles. We'll see each other again somewhere down the plain, won't we? Don't be angry with me. I'll miss your letters. This game just goes from sad to sadder, huh? Okay. They do have one big messy pass all the way up to the top. Solstice. I wanted the collectibles. Said it was chic, the collectibles. Oh well, let's go this way. See what's over here. Oh, it's one of these. This one looks kind of fancy. Lots of flat stones in it. I like it. So I have this thing where I don't really like heights. This game, it doesn't really bother me much. But in real life, horrible with heights. I would just climbing up like a 6-foot thing will give me shaky leg. Hell, climbing up it on top of a small little stand stool box will give me shaky legs. Um, but I do like roller coasters, and zip lines. There's something about knowing you're safely attached to things when you do the dangerous thing that I like. That being said, it's still terrifying. It's just like a risk analysis in my head of, is this more terrifying than it is fun? And it depends how high they want me to climb to get to the thing, and if there's a solid set of stairs. But that's just me. I know a lot of people are having a lot worse than I do, which is unfortunate. Huh. I know I gotta go that way. The question is, do I need to go somehow up there to get here? Or is that just like a thing? Okay, let's assume that they wanted us to do this. To do this. Can I get up high enough for this? Need more rope? I have an idea, I just don't know if it'll work. I guess we're about to find out. We need more slack for this to work. I've been trying to get more slack and it's just not been working. Huh. So my theory is if I can get high enough, I can make it up there somehow. Unfortunately, I don't know if there's a way for me to like I don't see a way to do what I want. I was hoping I could somehow get higher than my little pivot point here, but I don't seem to be able to. And if I do that, I just jump off. Good to know. What if I just... Nah, that's not gonna work. I can. Okay, so what if this gives me enough room to get here? Stamina drops more quickly when the sun's out, that's fair. There we go. Now we can hopefully do this. And that'll give us a good point to be attached to, where it's separate from all of this yee nonsense. Unfortunately, there was nothing in that side room. But fortunately, this means we can get a lot further than we were going to get. I forget, these ropes can go really far. Okay, so they only last a certain amount of time if they're not in the shade. So some of these were in the shade and some of them weren't. Rest. I don't know if using too much causes me to lose more max stamina or not, but I don't want to risk it in case it does. It could go over there or it could go up here. Hey little guy, which way is the goal? That way. It looks like either way could be the right stuff for that. I do see the pebbles over there though, so I do want to try my best. To get up there. Is that I've royally fucked this up, haven't I? Okay, let's just reset our brain. What I want is to get. You know what? We can just do this the other way and then climb down. I'm putting too much thought into how to get up that way when I think we can just go this way and it'll be just as good. Because I think it'll get me to the same spot. Off. There we go. We did it. I've completely wrung out, but we made it in time to join the expedition. There weren't many of us there, barely a handful. Look how peaky the poor thing is. She's shaken like a sewing machine. Felt so far from home, but the tone was more encouraging than mocking. My efforts had been acknowledged and appreciated. I was too out of breath to reply, but a new emotion rose up inside me. I was proud to have made it this far. Still doubled over from the exertion, I looked around at the others. Everyone there had left everything behind to be there. They had a fire in their eyes, a desire to change things, and I was part of it. That's all it took to fill me with fresh energy. Arlo and Becca welcomed us to their sun-scorched farm with open arms. They were emotional, and the mood was solemn. They're the last farmers left in these parts, and they're the ones who put together this expedition. They've spent their entire lives trying and failing to fight the drought. Nothing grows on the cliffs anymore. In their own funny-sounding words, not one measly plant grows in these here fields no more. I hope I'm not reproducing the Highfield dialect too badly. Then Becca told us about their wild schemes, setting off for the clouds to find water in the sky. At her words, a murmur rose up from the group. There was talk of how feasible the plan was, how best to go about it, which routes to take, and which sections to avoid. Arlo and Becca want to find ballasts, as they're called, lower down enormous creatures made of water that are said to live in the clouds. Ballasts only exist in sleep stories for children. Well, that's what I always thought before embarking on this adventure. They are Arlo and Becca's last hope, and I'm starting to believe in them too. We may have the chance to save the tower. It's up to us to seize it. Yup, it's just getting more and more like everyone's dead. We're just in the ruins of the homes of some nice people. Some nice dead people. Okay, let me let it reset. I have an idea of what I'm supposed to do here. I think that's what we're supposed to do. And then I can reset it, grab a hole, jump up this way. There we go. I'm gonna place another one here, because I think what I need to do is just lower myself down here, so I can do the rock. Yippee! Rock. Okay, I have to assume that this is the correct way to go, because there's actually something over here, you know? I feel like if these plants can just instantly be grown like this and they won't die. I mean, they die out in the sun, but I feel like to some degree you should have found a way to like use these plants as food. As fucked up as that might sound. Because I know they probably thought of all of that. So there's probably a reason that it doesn't work. one would hope they could find a way to make it work. Okay, they're there. Okay, so yes, I can go down here and then climb that plant back up. Because there's probably something down here. Oh, there's not. Okay, should have just gone up in the first place then. Oh well. Not a big deal. This is an easy climb, so. If that little critter can collect collectibles that I can't, I haven't seen one yet, so I'm just gonna assume that it was just talking nonsense or that I misread it, more likely. I vaguely hear water, which is pretty cool. I'm sure because this is like this, that there's something over here. Oh! I would not grab onto those, but you do you. Fuck! Stupid rotten motherfuckers. That was my bad. I wasn't prepped in advance for them to just crawl away like that, but I should have expected something of the sort, so. There we go. There we go. I thought I could reach up from that other one, but I couldn't. Let's do this just in case I mess up this jump. Just a little terrifying. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. There's a chance I'm wasting those, but seeing as they seem to come back to me, I think it's quite worth the risk. There's so many people climbing down from the heights. I feel like a fish swimming upstream, like in the stories before the jusant. We rose and fell with the tides. I remember hearing the old schooners describe enormous waves, one that drove people upward with each high tide. They'd never seen the ocean themselves. They were just repeating what they'd heard from their elders when they themselves were young. But there must have been a grain of truth to those stories, right? The ocean nourished the cliffs, and in return, The cliffs nourish the entire tower. Anyway, the inhabitants of the low tide seem set enough store in themselves to set off in search of the ocean. I wave too. Should we try to hook the lost water? In a way, yes, but not by going with the flow. I have the answer now, thanks to Arlo and Becca. We need to go back to the source. We shared our shady spot with a man named Zoe. He was on his way down to the plain and tried to convince us to go with him. Why stay? He didn't understand why we wouldn't go. You won't get nothing out of these fields no more. Yours ain't worth a blessed thing. He grabbed a fistful of dust and held it up as proof. Zoe continued on his way while we prolonged our break, dreading having to go back out into the blazing sun. I refused to believe him. Ever since we set off, I feel like I'm rediscovering a tower. Like I've never truly looked at it or listened to it before. My perspective's changing. The higher up we go, I'm sure we're on the right track. How do you feel, girl? That looks like it's the way to go, so I'm gonna go this way instead. But that looks like it's gotta be the way to go. I don't trust that, so I'm gonna go this way. I don't trust that, so I'm gonna go this way. What's new? Any work for us? Orders are drying up, and business at the rope works is far too slow for my liking. I'm starting to get bored. I've brushed up on all my knots and have done the accounting. I've been putting off for cycles, and Ulf dusted all the machines, but now we're stuck twiddling our thumbs. We're not very good at doing nothing. Glad to know there's still someone left on the tower. Sada went with the flow, just like everyone else. I don't really see what they're expecting to find in the desert. It's not like the sun's going to budge any more there than it does here. No need for new ropes, but you're welcome to come by whenever you like. You'll soon get used to doing nothing. You'll see. It suits us anyway. We have more time for each other. Uh, yeah, but if you do nothing, and the sun's drying up all the water, you're just gonna die, right? You thought you could escape. There's gotta be something here, right? They wouldn't just give me this big cliff to climb down. There's nothing down here. Ooh, I see that rock right there. Okay. We're gonna pull one of these. A rock. Go this way, because it should just be... as simple as that. Let's try and get up this. Because this seems like it's where we're supposed to be. Reminds me of that other tower we were up earlier. This ain't right. Unless it wants us to get to that. Which actually is probably the case. They may place another one because this one's right here, I think. Which isn't gonna matter one way or the other. This just isn't doing anything for me. I think I can make it to this. Just a little bit more precision. I feel like if I go any lower than this, it doesn't quite make it to the top, and anything less than this, and it... Okay, yeah, that's just not possible. So let's go this way. Hmm. I know there was a... Oh, up there. Okay. So I do need to go back here a little bit. Grab this bug. And if I grab this, it should reset my stamina. Ooh, is this way? It is. Feel like I had that, and yet there was nowhere to go. It feels like I gotta grab where that little blue thing is down there. Oh, but it wasn't grabbing earlier. Okay, whatever. Whatever. I see how it is. Here we go. We're actually finally getting to some of the trickier ones where it's like we're literally at the end of our rope to get that. Listen to your heart and follow your instincts. That's all I can tell you. Go if you must. I won't be going with you. My roots are here. I'm an old man. All I want is to stay on my land, at peace with the world around me. Farewell. I wish you all the best. I'll go to the old tree for as long as I can, and I'll cherish your memory as my most prized possession. I'll be sad, but knowing you're out there somewhere will comfort me. A tiny plant growing in the desert. Oh, Grandpa, I'm going to be sad too. I already am. Mama says will come back when the sun wills it, but I don't believe it. The sun doesn't will it, because if it did, we wouldn't be stuffing everything in the house into flour sacks. I heard the water in the desert steams and is stinky. That's what Tommy says. She's already been there to make sure there was room for her animals, and she's going back with us. Unky says if you change your mind, you know where to find us. He doesn't want to write to you. He says you made Mama mad, and that I shouldn't be writing this. I love you, and I don't want to go, but I'm going. So goodbye, Grandpa. Well, that was depressing. That was cute. Not sure what that got me, but I'm sure if I keep doing it, one day it'll mean something. Ugh, more of this yee bug nonsense. Okay. So we can either go the long way that way, or we can try and go up this way. And I think I'd rather try and go up this way. I assumed it would drop us if we did this, but it's actually not going to. Which is quite nice. Oh, hey, there's a cave here. Oh, there's a shell. I went the right way. Oh, there's a lot of shells here. Those are some big shells. Got stuck there for a second. Starting to think I'm not supposed to be climbing here, but it's really cool. I want to climb in there. Alright, whatever. That bug ain't coming the way I want it to. That is not a sentence I ever want to repeat again. Yeah, I knew these were rocks that I could climb. Or, well, I didn't, but I was hoping. I'm surprised there's so many of these back to back to back when we have plenty of like very open space to climb. I wonder if it's just like you don't have enough rope if you go much further than that, and that's why it is, or if there's like a particular reason. Probably too many people basically would fall off there if you didn't. Assume you're not good enough to handle. Which is fair. It's actually a very nice thing to do to actually make sure that people are safe. Warning, this journal entry will definitely be too long, but I have so much to say. You're right. Goodbye. I'm glad you wrote to your loved ones. Seems like a way to go. Out of 10. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Easy GG. Hey Hans, have you seen the latest posters? One say to eat more salt to quench your thirst. Together let's save water. Salt your food. Water saved today is water drunk tomorrow. Made me think of you. You're taking it too far. We're supposed to drink less. While they used up all the water in the Great Basin to water those sun-scorched fields of theirs. Yeah, I saw. Every little bit counts. Honestly, have they got no shame? It's always the same with them. But it's sure working out well for the store. I've never seen so many customers, even though most of the villagers are already abandoned. Villages? Not villagers. I'm running low on pickled weed, hurt salt, and rock salt. I'm even out of plain flakes. Though they're pretty bland and not what I'd recommend. At this rate, I'm gonna have to start selling my personal stash. Stones. One more stone on the pile. A pile of stones. Here we go, there's some handholds that definitely don't look super dangerous. Well, that was unnecessary, but I did it, so. Okay, I cut it. Just barely. Got me really big worried there. Okay. Not the way I thought we were supposed to be going, but that works. Well, we're leaving the tower. The village has been given a date. I can't quite believe it. I still think about our dance. The last festival already seems so long ago. So nice to forget about all of this for a sleep. I didn't realize it at the time, but I think at some point I'd given up. But then, your laughter, the dizziness after the long waltz, the way you stepped on my feet, the way your cheeks glowed pink. I don't know how to ask you this, but want to come with me? Journey through life on the same pebble? I'm sorry, I know it's short notice, but now I care enough to be afraid. Afraid of what I could miss out on if I don't send you this message. I hope you get it. Keely. Well, fuck. I think bro just proposed. I don't know if he knows he just proposed, but I think he just proposed. Oh, that was so confusing. Why was the camera like that? Stop it with the goofy camera. I'm climbing here. Hey, I'm climbing over here. I think they intended to do that so that you could tell that this ladder was over here, but man, did I not see this ladder. I think that's the way to go, so let's look around first. The other sleep Rose asked me to tell him a bedtime story. He's getting to be a big boy now, but I love it when I can still pretend he's little. I decided to tell him the tale of the long rain. I told him about the overflowing canals, high tide, the locks, and so on. But eventually, he stopped me because he didn't understand. He didn't know what rain was. Starting to doubt myself. We both agree that it's not just some tale our elders made up. It did exist, right? Hey, I think it did, yeah. But to be honest, I see where your kid's coming from. Water falling from the sky does sound pretty odd. I wouldn't be surprised if the old folks had made it all up and are having a good laugh at us all up there. Yeah, they ain't never seen rain a day in their lives, huh? I don't know which one of these directions is correct, but I'm gonna go this way. Bruh, stop it. There we go. Whew. Okay. Oh, why hello there. Oh, it's been a minute since we got to do one of these. Not since last time I played, I think. Nice. Crops. Wait. I'm gonna have to ride one of those later on, eh? So gross. Luckily in this game, it just kind of looks like a ball, but big. Too detailed. Check on something real quick. We might be done here. Well, yeah, either way, we're gonna be done with jusant, so let me call this here.